What's good? It's your boy Ben, and I'm back with another video. And the name of this video is gonna be called "What's the Next Move?" So, what is the next move? And the move I'm talking about is with everything that's been going on in that YouTube is on easy mode space, right? So, myself, and I probably would imagine a lot of other YouTubers that have been on YouTube and people that's been in the YouTube space had got a lot of inspiration from a gentleman that's from my state and my area, a gentleman that's from Yaktown, Pontiac, Michigan, Dontay London. And I think he kind of gave a lot of new content creators a can-do attitude, towards YouTube. A lot of people was really playing with the notion of, becoming a content creator and didn't really know how to like express themselves or kind of get a grasp of like what a content creator is. Okay, that sounds like a blown up version of a vlogger or but essentially like content is content, right? And just within the last few hours, he said that he wasn't going to pursue YouTube full time, and he was going to definitely step back, to take care of his family and to take care of his wife. He just recently got married in the whole nine, which is definitely understandable. You know what I'm saying? And I as a man too. Sometimes sometimes you guys got to step back and just kind of reevaluate things, right? But in that same token, it's like, all right, what's the next move? Like everybody who got inspired or people that already had channels actually was, inspired to start making content and picking up that phone and start, giving their channel another try, right? Some people may have got monetized. Some people tried it and just definitely got like discouraged and just stopped. And I ain't gonna lie, a few times myself, I thought about, quitting, And the crazy thing about it is once you kind of get on this platform, you kind of gotta understand the inner workings and kind of understand how everything is like kind of laid out. And if you kind of go into it, that for one, it was somewhat on easy mode, but if you kind of been in this space, and the crazy thing about it is, Dante London, he been on YouTube for upwards to like 5 years, so you kind of know, you know, he done been through all the changes and all the ups and downs. He know the signals on the app and everything. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, and he knows, what's going on the app. Okay, the reason why the arrows are going up on your views is because of this, or you know what I'm saying, or what I'm saying. He has been on there for 5 years too. He's 28, and he has a gaming channel, but he just kind of knows about the ins and outs of YouTube, the YouTube Studio app, right? But if you are a new fledgling content creator and you got motivated by a content creator, another content creator is like, yo, it's on easy mode. Like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a shot. And you know, but in the same token, you may not know. You know, you kind of come to the realization that YouTube isn't on easy mode. You definitely have to put in the work. You definitely have to like get understanding on what the whole YouTube studio is about. You got to understand, search optimization, and you got to understand about tags, titles, and thumbnails. And you kind of got to get a grasp on that to have to have real good success. Now, if you stumble on this computer, if you stumble on this video, and you like, man, dude, like you only got like 9 subscribers and you got next to no views on your channel, and it's like, yeah, I know it is definitely trial and error. And even for a little bit of time, I felt like I was just getting, um, I was getting discouraged. I ain't gonna lie, man. I had a few videos like where I was lost, and then I felt like I had one, I'm lost, and I kept on talking about this shift. And like if you're a fledgling, like a new content creator, man, you just don't really know the ins and outs and the ups and downs of YouTube. Yes, you would definitely let you be like, man, F this stuff. No, I'm quit. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And I've came to a realization that, I mean, I gotta revamp some things too. And I gotta step back too, because I know on this channel, it's not gonna happen overnight. I'm just gonna keep it I'm gonna keep it real with myself, and I'm gonna keep it real with you. Anybody who kind of comes across this video, you just gotta do your due diligence to kind of like figure out, what your channel is gonna be about, what you're all about, and go from there. And even if you just gotta just go through the motions and just kind of just put yourself out there and just kind of get comfortable in front of the camera and just get comfortable, with your voice and how you sound on camera, and try various different things, and do things that works for you. So you just have to go through it. You gotta go through the motions. And you know it's crazy. And the funny thing about, I did make a video. One of my earlier videos was like, Dante London was right, and I was talking about impressions and whatever, and I was just so geeked because I had 485 impressions. I'm like, and then and all actually, I didn't even know what impressions was until my buddy was just kind of explained it to me about about the amount of people that YouTube was kind of like pushing out, you know, my video, and that's how many, you know, people that saw my video on the on the on the content creator, um bruh, I'm sorry, on the content creator, on the front panel, on the front page of YouTube. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I was geeked about that, and it was kind of euphoric feeling, and it kind of made me, keep going, and it was a little bit of time I just want to give up, but I find like talking to you and making content is very therapeutic for me, and that's why I keep on going. And I hope that you and all my subscribers, like my content. I hope y'all do share my content, and I hope it's adding value to you in some shape, form, or fashion. Okay, but you can't really like blame like Dante London, for your mishaps. You just can't necessarily blame, this person or that person. You know what I'm saying? The only thing you can know, only thing you can just kind of do is just kind of, you know, pick up and just move forward. I mean, sometimes situations happen for a reason, right? You know, you know, it may be that pivotal moment where you just kind of just like, okay, like I'm gonna try this, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna stick with it. You know what I'm saying? And some people keep going, and some people just stop, because they realize it's just not for them. And that's where you just kind of have to make that decision on yourself. Whether YouTube is like, is it for you? Can I keep on making content? Because right now, I'm not getting paid to make these videos. And it's pretty much like that too. That's like free tuition is you giving your time in hopes that you will get monetized and you will get you know you will get 1,000 subscribers and you will get that 4,000 hours of watch time. But just you definitely have to home in on what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I think with Dante London, he was really excited about him making the money, and just he definitely wanted to share it with everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because even on YouTube, I see like a lot of people that was just talking down on this man, and you know what I'm saying, people that was rooting for him in the beginning just literally just turn on him because sometimes negative content it resonates with people because some people just like negativity, or you want to see somebody like just talk about a particular content creator. But I seen some distasteful stuff on there, and dude with these two dudes, they had a nice little setup. I don't know where they from. It sounded like they was from the south. But they were just cracking on my man's, and you know, and they had a gremlin, and putting a wig on it and saying it was a white. That's just distasteful. And then you gotta think about that. How long is that sustainable for that channel? You know what I'm saying? It's like you done based your whole thing on like cracking on a particular content creator, and then what else you gonna have after that? You know what I'm saying? You're just gonna try to move on to the next. But I'm just here to tell you, man, if you a content creator and if you one of my followers, at this point in time, it's the last half of May 2025. I got 9 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? If you actually subscribe to me because you was motivated in some shape, form, or fashion, I appreciate it. And keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just find your way, get in your bag, and keep going. Just become a student of YouTube, and just learn how to kind of leverage it in your favor where you could make some passive income. It's nice. It'll be nice that, if I got monetized and I got some type of wave going or whatever, and I'm making full time money from this, that'd be cool. But even if I had part time money, that'd be cool too. But you just gotta get to that point. It's just not gonna happen overnight. You know, just like Dante London said in that video, and what everybody was pretty much saying. You know what I'm saying? There's no shortcuts. You gotta go through the motions, and that's with anything. Anything you have to do in life, you gotta go through the motions, and you gotta go crawl through the mud. You gotta get it out the mud. You gotta struggle. You gotta have those moments where it's uncertainty, and you gotta face your fears, and then like prevail and come out on the other side. Either defeated or you know or a victor. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I have to say. Let me know what y'all think. And if you're not aware of who Dante London is, for context reasons, just look him up. And you'll kind of get a idea of what I'm talking about. But I appreciate y'all tuning in, and like, comment, subscribe if you feel that this kind of resonated with you, and I appreciate it. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.